This podcast is a part of the PodMania Podcasting Network. Check out podmania.co.uk to check out more of our great podcasts, features, reviews, match ratings and previews spanning the crazy and diverse world of professional wrestling.
You're listening to the PodMania Pro Wrestling Podcast, a sample of the best pro wrestling podcasts we can produce on our tiny budget. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Podcast Addict, CastBox, and all other podcast platforms. If it's wrestling you want, check out more of our great content at podmania.co.uk. Let's do this.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the PodMania Podcast. I'm your host, Rob Goodwin, and I'm joined as ever by Garth Jackson and the podcast YouTube sensation himself, Chris O'Brien. How are we, lads?
You know, I mentioned my YouTube channel and the award show as a joke.
Well, it's not a joke anymore.
And then I uploaded the second video and fucking Joseph Montesilio and Forrest Over and Tyler Williams all fucking shared it. It's like, oh, shit.
Yep, you are famous.
People were... Well, I'm not famous. 300 marks have seen it.
I heard big money Chris there. That's what I heard. Are you big time Chris O'Brien?
I only do major podcasts.
You name dropped all those people. All I heard was, "Oh, friends."
Well, to be fair, I haven't had
Get them on the pod.
I have not spoken to them other than them shouting out my shit and saying I'm amazing. But other than that, I haven't talked. Actually, no. Forrest Over didn't really put me over. He's like, "Well, I did this better, but this guy's all."
Yeah, you've always got to put yourself over first, always, obviously.
Yeah, it's like, do the job, man. Put a young guy over.
Well, yeah, go check out Chris's videos. They're not shit. So
Thanks.
it's all right, mate. Nah, seriously, they're good. Go and check them out. Chris O'Brien, YouTube. Have you found a logo yet, Chris, or is it still just the generic YouTube C?
I'm very much considering just using the old Young Lion logo and editing over the text because I'm lazy and not good at logos and don't want to waste more of Garth's time than I have to.
Please do it in Comic Sans.
No, that's it. Because every single time me and Rob do a weird spin-off podcast thing, like Rob would be like, I should ask Garth, and I'd be like, oh, well, he is busy. And then before I finish typing, but he's busy, Rob's in the fucking group chat going, Garth, can you go for us?
I mean, if it's anyone's fault, it's Garth for being good at logos. If he was shit, if the first one he did was like a 2-year-old drawing of a van, then I wouldn't have bothered. But he did some decent podcast artwork, so I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to ask him. He can always say no, can't he? I mean, he's not exactly doing anything at work, is he? Apart from eating fisherman friends and coughing.
Yeah, and coughing over people, yeah.
But apart from that, Garth, how are you, mate?
I'm all right. First day back in the office today. It's like starting a new job, but with less people.
How many people are usually in your office?
Well, it's quite a large open plan office in a government building. So maybe 70, 80 people.
Okay, and how many were actually in, do you reckon, today?
Probably about 10.
Jesus.
It was eerie. Lights were off all over the shop. It was just weird, yeah. But it was nice to get out of this fucking house.
Was the Resident Evil 4 merchant at the opening of the building? He's like, hello, stranger.
What a fantastic reference.
Honestly. I mean, it did sort of, it was like stepping back to normality for a bit though, because as soon as I left work, literally I got out of the building and through the car park and someone stopped us and went, "Hey mate, you got a tab?"
Oh, amazing. What a horrible insight into your life.
So
yeah.
I did like a 1-week internship like 2 years ago, right? Walked into the office. one of the guys pulled me aside, assuming I had fucking a spliff on me. It's like, no, I don't.
He looks like he does drugs.
To be fair, you look like every stoner I went to school with.
To be basically every gig I ever go to, some 16-year-old will go, "Hey mate, you got any drugs?" And it's like, no.
Because they probably know your dad.
If I knew my dad, they knew he doesn't fucking share.
He loves his spliffs, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, yeah, Paddy's wacky tobacco.
It was your dad that got thrown out of Transmit, right?
Yeah, my dad got.
What a
I'm
fucking
really lucky.
hero!
Okay, so so my dad got chucked out of Transmit, not because he tried to smuggle in 1 or 2. He tried to smuggle in like 15, right? And they're sniffer dogs, right? Of course they're sniffer dogs. Gets his ticket taken off him. Of course he did. He gets one off a scalper who's selling it for like 30 quid because it's a Friday and no one fucking cares. Gets in. So my mum gives him her ticket for the next day because Transmit, for some reason, for a 3-day ticket, just gives you 1 ticket you have to hold on for the rest of the weekend. It's ridiculous.
I genuinely thought then you were going to say, so my mum gave him her spliff.
No.
Just to get him through.
No, here's what. So he gets in, and then he starts guilt tripping the fucking people working the bar, going, "I'm just an old man, and they took away my medicinal marijuana." And so they gave him 3 fucking Zambuca shots. So he fucking walks in, like, so he walks into my brother's flat, which we're staying in, because I wasn't going on the Friday, because I don't give half a fuck about seeing Jessie J and the Stereophonics. So, walks in, drunk as a skunk, I have to fucking walk him up the stairs, it's ridiculous. Get him to bed, wake up the next morning, we're standing at the top of the, like, he's had 3 heart attacks and has diabetes, he's a bit of a fragile old man. And so we're standing at the top of, like, steps, going down to the thing, and like his blood sugar's up, his heart rate's going, so he collapses. And it's like, shit, he's like, don't worry. I'm like, don't you fucking tell me not to worry after you've collapsed. And then, like, it was a Saturday night in a rough part of not a rough part, but like a roughish part of Glasgow. So this old man's calling over going, "Hey, does he need help? Does he need to go back into the pub?" It's like, nah, he's fine. He's fine. So he
does he need help? So I'm not get him back in the pub.
Yeah, that's the thing. And because he doesn't even drink that much. I don't know why he fucking. My sister-in-law is such a bad influence on him because he doesn't normally drink that much. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so he missed the second day of Transmit because he was too hungover, basically. And then we just didn't let him go in the Sunday to teach him a lesson. So
the man is everything I want to be and more. Next time we do Blackpool, which, you know, fingers crossed, next year, NXT UK, take over Blackpool, you're bringing your dad.
Nah, but he'll literally rip the piss out of us the whole weekend for liking wrestling.
Don't care.
Oh, he's been doing. Whenever I have like if I'm like watching some wrestling that happened the next night, and I'm like taking my iPad down with it on so I can keep watching it while I'm making my coffee. He will make so many fucking gay jokes. You would not even fucking like. If we ever, for some reason, had our dad on this podcast would be cancelled within seconds. Jesus Christ!
Oh, amazing. We should probably start looking at some wrestling. Just to annoy Chris's dad. And this might be the smarkiest episode of the PodMania podcast ever. We've got...
Because we're doing 3 weeks of WWE after this, right? That's already fucking booked in. So we need to get it out of our systems.
Yeah, it's all WWE. It's all Royal Rumble related for the next couple of weeks, with obviously being the Royal Rumble on the horizon at the end of the month. So, yeah, Chris decided to go full smark. I went half smark, and Goth, for him, went about as smarky as I could possibly believe.
You say that. Garth was once gave us a lecture about how important the Keishan Liger versus Great Muta match was, and that came out absolutely fucking nowhere.
It did, actually, yeah. It was so shocking. It was like, who the fuck are you?
I have my moments.
He knows a lot about, very specifically, the Keishan Liger versus Great Muta feud, and nothing. If I said to him Battle Liger, it will mean nothing.
This is the same man that texted us the other day by saying, all the Royal Rumbles are on WWE Network for free. That's pretty cool. And he was like, oh, yeah, we might watch them. He's like, yeah, can't wait to watch some just because I can't remember any of them because they've all blurred because of drugs and alcohol. It was like, Jesus Christ, you're too cool for this podcast.
But that doesn't surprise me with Garth.
That's how he lost his hair.
You know. Children.
The best and worst drug you'll ever take.
Yeah. Oh, God,
Anyway, so the order of today, the running order, is going to be Garth is going to go first with his TNA pick. Chris is going to go second with his Pro Wrestling Noah pick. Yep, I know. And I'm going to go last. No, I am genuinely excited. And then I am going to go last. I'm going to main event today with my Ring of Honor pick. So, Garth, would you like to tell the lovely listening audience what you are making us watch today and why?
I would be delighted. Today it is TNA. What's so funny?
It's like, I would be delighted. And just imagine like a brandy in your hand with a beautiful woman in the corner and with a Jaguar outside.
He's wearing a smoking jacket.
Yeah, he has a pipe.
I've got my dressing gown on, if that's like close enough.
What an image.
So it's like that episode of The Simpsons where Homer just has his dressing gown on and the wind blows it.
And you know what it is? I'm back next to him with the pipe, but it's the pipe that blows bubbles.
So we are going back to 2010, and it is a PodMania Hall of Fame Generation Me, aka the Young Bucks, versus one of my personal favourites, the Motor City Machine Guns from Destination X 2010. It's a Ultimate X match, and it's, from what I remember, spotfest-tastic, but totally mint. And it was like, this is where I first sort of saw Generation Me, Young Bucks, and thought, I actually really like this, but they were really young and
no, the Young Bucks were young. No,
very what's the word? I would describe as bouncy, like, you know, just selling nothing, absolutely nothing.
Not much has changed, man.
Yeah. But still totally class. Like, these were like the perfect matches to sort of kick off the shows. They're like the sort of Money in the Bank sort of thing. So I thought this would be a good one for just in the wake of our end of years.
So what you're saying is, Garth, that you knew the Young Bucks before they were cool.
Exactly it. Yeah,
Fair
it's
enough.
like when they were like
nothing.
It's like
nothing is cool in TNA. Come on.
It's like the debut was the best. Like, the debut album was the best, and they never got better.
It's all downhill from the debut.
Not ever strokes.
So if you go on to our Google Drive link, which is in the podcast notes, you will find the Daily Motion link for this match and the links for all of the other matches that we are going to watch along with. It is from TNA Destination X 2010, as Garth mentioned. So if you haven't already found that link, pause the podcast, find the link, and get ready to press play. Hopefully, lads, we've all got it loaded. It's wonderful to not be watching something on the network and have to wait for the 17-second advert for the thing you've already bought. So,
like, do you want to watch for our Rumble? Well, I paid for this, sir. Where do you think? Well, to be fair, I don't pay for it for the current product. I pay for it because I have a podcast. But yeah,
right, lads. If we are all ready, then so 3, 2, 1. Play.
Gen Me.
I love that. Prepare yourself.
Nick Jackson couldn't look more naughties if he tried. Oh, hello.
What did he reckon his favourite naughties pop punk album is?
Oh, he's a Sum 41 fan, isn't he?
Oh, you think? Not a bit of take off your coat and jacket? not Chrome.
Do you mean
Jacket.
Take Off
I'm
Your
on my
Pants
dog
and
now.
Jacket? One of the
There
greatest
we go.
albums of all time, and I will fight anyone that says otherwise.
I really thought Garth was just going to go, yeah, it's all right.
What we talking about here?
Blink-182.
Nah, it's all right.
Oh, you fucking arsehole.
So this happened last night. I watched Inception for the first time, and it absolutely blew my mind. And Garth was like, yeah, 3.5, and feeling generous. I'm like,
Honestly, that ending ruined it.
I love the ending. I thought the ending was fucking incredible. The ending is what tipped it for me.
The OCD in me is really, really bothered by the fact that Alex Shelley has only got a line under one eye.
Oh, you must hate Tony Storm.
Oh, it does me head in.
What does it mean? What is it? What's it for?
It means for hardcore, man.
Oh!
What a burial! Jesus Christ!
That is incredible.
Of a Hardy's even into it, or Jeff is.
2010.
Yeah, Jeff will be
Jeff
there.
is.
Is it just me, or does it look like he's got his hand on Thingy's butt?
It does, yes. It looks like he's slowly cupping her cheek, yes.
It's slowly going towards. Do you
I mean,
remember?
would, but...
Gareth, you remember this? Remember the TNA feud that Chrissy Hemme had with New Age Outlaws? Where she was the angry heel feminist and they were the valiant babyface
I
chauvinists.
remember this.
Yeah.
I remember this, yes.
And like
The
they were
valiant
the faces.
babyface is bullying this poor woman.
Yeah, and literally just because they don't. Vince Russo was booking it basically.
Because it was like mid-noughties.
To be honest, when I saw the runtime of this video, it must be because me and Rob have picked basically Pyro matches. I expected this to be taken up by all the match.
I thought this
think
was just going to kick off the match.
I know. I was like 19 minutes. That sounds about all right. But I forgot it's TNA. They don't know how to book anything above 10.
I will just say, lads, that destination font, the font that everyone used in the mid-noughties, I recorded an EP with that font as the title of it. It was
Why we never heard this?
Why have we never heard it?
There's many reasons people have never heard my music, guys. The most important reason is because it fucking sucks.
Too good.
It
It's
is,
too
yeah.
good.
It is.
You're the Vincent Van Gogh of music.
I just don't think the mainstream audience would get my quirky sort of musical taste. And by quirky musical taste, I mean can't sing, can't play an instrument.
But to be fair, nowadays the kind of font you're using is fucking Comic Sans, apparently.
Comic Sans
This
is
is
a
a-
happy font.
This is a call out. That's what we have as our fucking. We should have been consulted on the font of this fucking sheet, right? I did not consent to having my name anywhere near Comic Sans.
Fucking
When
hell.
you contribute some money to the fucking website, you can choose the font.
When I get that YouTube money through,
Rolling in those YouTube dollars.
You have to link it directly to the PodMania website.
no. If you look at the description of my videos, Garth, I do.
The Chris O'Brien Patreon.
They really are. The Hardys, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
They're like early '90s Jobber Hardys as well.
It doesn't help that
Yeah.
Nick Jackson looks like he's just arrived back off holiday from Tenerife.
He's just had the most
mum and dad.
beautiful. He's had the most beautiful summer romance, but
Yeah.
she gave him a fake email.
Yeah, and now the Motor City Machine Guns, the bullies, are going to come kick his ass.
But they are angry because on their holiday they lost a skiing contest.
Garth, how pissed off are you on a scale of 1 to 10 that Chris inducted the Young Bucks into the PodMania Hall of Fame before Motor City Machine Guns?
I'm not gonna lie. It was between the Guns and the Bucks. But thing is with the Guns, they split off into singles careers too often, as the Bucks have
Yeah.
stayed as a team throughout their whole career.
Yeah, they'll get in.
Also, I wanted to be controversial. Controversy creates cash.
Listen to this motherfucker.
Honestly, a little bit of success
Eric-
goes to his head. Fucking hell, Bischoff.
Eric Krishoff.
Eric Krishoff. Lovely. Lovely.
Thing is about Ultimate X, if these two were like teams were an inch taller, they could just reach up and grab it. Like
if this was Big Show versus Carly, it'd be over in a minute.
Even if this was Sting versus Hernandez.
Just get one of them on like the other one's shoulders and
just jump. They have, I assume they have decent vertical leaps. Super kick.
Can't get my head around the fact that he was called Jeremy.
Why? How come Nick got to keep his name but not Matt? Is it because it was too hardy?
Oh God.
Yeah, it must have been.
Isn't it Max and Jeremy? It's Max and Jeremy Buck.
No.
I'm sure it is. I couldn't tell you which one's which. I think Jeremy's Nick. Oh, fucking
what a sentence.
Nice.
This is going to be one of those matches where it's just moves and no breaks, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
What's fucked? I'm pretty sure Cornette's still with a company at this point.
That is genius.
Don't laugh. I've actually had that happen to me in school. It was fucking horrendous.
Do you know what would have been amazing then? As Alex Shelley lifted Max... Oh, I'm going to call it Nick Jackson.
Oh,
if he'd just lifted Nick Jackson up and Nick Jackson had just grabbed the axe, that would have been brilliant.
Grab it.
Match over. Oh, fuck's sake. Sabin, you could absolutely reach that.
But then there'd be no drama. You're like one of those people who looks at the Sonic kart racing games and go, well, why isn't Sonic running?
Well, no, if I was being cynical, I'd be like, why is a hedgehog driving a car?
I don't know. Why did the hedgehog... Why did the hedgehog...
wearing shoes? It's like Donald Duck. Why the fuck does he wear a shirt and no pants?
Well, why does the hedgehog have it marry a human? These are all questions we shouldn't ask.
Why can it talk?
Because it's a magical world, Robert.
Stop destroying kayfabe, Rob.
To be fair, there's so many times I'm watching something stupid in wrestling and I'm like, oh, Rob would hate. Oh my God!
Jesus Christ!
That's not so much a doomsday device, but a fuck you device. Jesus Christ.
Do you enjoy your spine? Well, fuck off!
Oh, great career ahead of you. Fuck you.
I'm going to crush Alex Shelley's head in the process as well.
One fucking cunt.
We're going to crush you like
glasses.
AEW's going to crush NXT ratings.
I mean, sunglasses, not actual glasses, obviously.
I used to love the Ultimate X matches on the TNA game.
Oh, I hated them because me and my friend played, right? We wouldn't fight. We'd just each run to a fucking corner, jump on the rope and try and get there. It's basically who can match the A button fastest.
Yeah, it's less a match and more a race, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just pick the fastest wrestler.
I used to love the animations when you kick them off the rope.
To be fair, the animations of that game was great. The only problem was there was only like 5 moves in the whole... that was lovely.
That was
There was only 5
very
moves in the whole game. Like, everyone had the same drop kick. Even Bully Ray, I'm pretty sure, had a drop kick. It's like, when did he ever throw a drop kick?
When we had Calfzillas.
Like, he barely fucking bumps. I am curious about what's on the rest of his card, so I'm going to have a look.
Can you tell me who the world champion is in 2010? I've got a feeling is it Aries? No, that was 2 years.
No, Aries was 2011.
Not like Angle.
Dials, Angle, might be Jeff Hardy. To be fair, could be Sting.
Could be Anderson.
In 2010, might be Anderson.
I'm going to put it in I'm just going to put it to card so I don't spoil the outcome because I don't actually know the outcome here. The world champion right now is AJ. AJ versus Abyss was on this card.
Oh, fucking hell.
There
wasn't a thingy match, was it? Like a...
No, it wasn't a cage match. It was just a normal match. AJ with Chelsea.
Was this when he was like the mini Flair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
There was also
when
a more down.
Fortune.
Oh, nice. Very,
that was
very
lovely.
Nice.
There was also Kurt Angle versus Mr. Anderson.
I imagine that not being shit, to be fair.
Hernandez and Matt Morgan versus Beer Money.
I imagine that being
Amazing.
shit.
Partly
Because of the added Matt Morgan.
Doug Williams versus Shannon Moore.
Oh, fucking hell. To be fair, actually, sorry to cut you off, Chris. I've just reviewed the last Nitro for the site. It will be up on Sunday. And Shannon Moore and Evan Courageous are they're competing for the Cruiserweight tag titles. And genuinely, he was pretty fucking good.
Oh, that was lovely.
That was amazing.
So,
Like,
immediately following this match...
Spear!
Immediately following this match was Scott Hall and Six Pack versus Eric Young and Kevin Nash.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Before this, for the TNA Global title, was Big Rob, otherwise known as Rob Terry, versus Magnus. I'm sure that was great.
Rob
For
Terry, the
women's
last
title-
time we did a watch along with Rob Terry, got oh no, it was the retro review, the Hard Justice 2009 show, where he got buried in 6 seconds.
Big Rob versus...
Ooh.
Yeah, so...
Ooh, nice.
He has got to be so fucking careful doing that. The barricades are so unnecessarily close to the ring.
Tara versus Daphne, because, who doesn't love Daphne? And then Brian Kendrick versus Daniels versus Amazing Red versus Kazarian. Which, to be fair,
That sounds
was probably
good. That sounds good. To be fair,
So a
I
mixed
loved
bag.
Daphne.
Mm-hmm.
Still do, to be fair.
Daphne was good, and I used to love Roxy because she was mental.
Yes.
When she was in there, and Taylor Wilde and like those people, it was like really good.
Back in the day. Out of
Also
curiosity,
Kong.
out of curiosity, how old are you guys in 2010?
Oh, for fuck's sake, we're going to do this
30.
with every single fucking show, Chris.
Well,
Fuck
29 at this point.
I mean, I was 20, but...
I was 13.
I guarantee Garth was high during this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
No, I
He
was
was- Stone Cold Sober.
probably.
Coke. It was Coke around this time.
It was good.
No, I think it wasn't his father.
Oh!
Oh.
Saving is so good!
See, if you can do that to take him down, why can't you do that
I
to get
think he
the
broke his
X?
finger there. I'm sure you see his finger and it's like fucking sticking the other way.
Really?
At least
There's
he's not...
one time,
Look at those
there is one time where he
sunglasses.
does that. There's definitely a time where his finger's totally like dislocated. It's either, if it's not this, it's another match, and you see it, and it's like sticking the wrong way.
Ugh.
To be fair, at least he's not pulling a Sin Cara and
Trying
stopping
to
the
call the
match.
match off.
I've hurt my finger.
Guys, can't carry on. Can't carry on. My finger hurts.
Whereas Samoa Joe gets busted open in NXT, and he's kicking off when they're trying to stop the match.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
to be
everyone
fair-
was.
But to be fair, I did wreck the flow of that match.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be good, isn't it?
Oh.
I can't wait for this. Oh, okay. He's just tickling off the leg.
He just
Yeah.
tickled him down. He
I
might
think he was supposed to go out the ring there.
smart though. Don't expend more energy when you have to.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck yeah. That looked like it really hurt.
Jesus.
oh! If you don't like that kind of spot, remind me never to show you a PWG match.
There goes some teeth.
Oh, so that's too stiff for you. I have some really bad news about the other two matches we have lined up tonight.
Mate, Samoa Joe will love it.
I love Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe, hang on, Samoa Joe wasn't on this card. I just realised.
Was he?
Yeah,
at,
he wasn't
Was he at TN? Was
He's
he
not
at
injured.
TNA at that point?
in 2010. Yeah,
2010, yeah.
I know.
he
but I
didn't
would-
leave until he didn't leave
Did
until
he go
2015.
from? Did he go from 2005 to 2015 without
Yeah.
leaving?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then.
So, it surprised me too.
I don't even think he's ever been injured either. I think he's maybe just.
Well,
just
apart from in his WWE
wasn't
run,
hurt.
where they used
He's
one of the
definitely-
greatest wrestlers in their fucking company and use him for commentary.
To be fair, he's one of the only good commentator they have on main roster.
Yeah, but he's one of the only good wrestlers, or one of the only main. Imagine a Samoa Joe versus Drew McIntyre feud. Fucking hell, you've got that on your doorstep, and instead you've got fucking Tom
I want to see
Phillips.
Brock.
Oh, did you see he returned to face Randy Orton where after Drew had to pull out?
Trips,
Was it
big
Goldberg?
trips.
Trips, yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's a super kick party! Someone should trademark that.
Party!
before it was a thing.
Before it was a thing.
Back in the day.
Before it was cool.
To be fair, my first exposure for
Oh fuck!
oh Jesus! Like I probably did watch this, but it probably didn't stick around in my memory somehow. But what I did first time I got
Jesus
obsessed with Young
Christ!
Bucks was their Ring of Honor run. Like
No.
in like 2013, 2014 when the super kick shit started.
As much as I shoot on a
Shoot.
Young
from
Bucks and that,
there. It's a
you know what I mean. But like, I did always used to love watching them.
Yeah.
Like, especially here because it always worked. Like,
Oh.
because they were always in with people of the same kind of sort of style.
Yeah.
You would love, if that's the case, you'd love the 2015 Ring of Honor tag scene. You had these guys, the Addiction, Red Dragon, who are now the Undisputed Era, the Kingdom with Adam Cole in there, Cedric Alexander, and what's his puss? Caprice Coleman. There's another. And the Briscoes.
I like the Briscoes.
Of course. I know you. The Briscoe. I see the Briscoes, and it's like, yep, that's a Garth team, right?
Oh, what the fuck?
Jesus.
Oh my god.
The Young Bucks have stolen that.
Yeah, they have.
Probably passed down to them.
No, to be fair, because they were. Chris Sabin was very happy when he saw it happen at Double or Nothing last year.
I'm pretty sure they would have asked as well.
And now to be fair, now that they're in TNA, I really hope they turn up on AEW at some point.
Yeah,
That's
against the
yeah.
Young Bucks.
Yeah.
I imagine we'll get some sort of crossover show eventually.
See, I want to see them
God.
against FTR.
Whatever happened to
bloody hell, that came from nowhere.
That was. So whatever happened to Hugath?
Pac, is he back in?
Oh, Pac's
think
back.
he's
He's
still-
he's back in AEW now. He's with Lucha Bros.
Death
Oh yeah,
Triangle.
Death Triangle.
Which is a name that sounds so much cooler when we say it in Spanish.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right, lads, let's pause it there. Goth, let's get your thoughts on this match. What did you think?
Loved it. As good as I don't remember it. But I do remember it being really good. I remember at the time watching it and just fucking loving it. Everybody got their shit in. Everybody looked good. The Young Bucks looked good. And there was just some holy shit moments, like quite a few of them. Just like an easy watch match and a lot of fun, which is good.
All you can ask for, really, isn't it? Chris.
Yeah, very easy to watch, very fluid. This feels it feels like not a TV match with some added high spots, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it's not structured like a big pay-per-view match. It doesn't have aspirations to seem like a big pay-per-view match, apart from the fact they keep almost breaking each other's necks. You can sort of see how people got into the Bucks after. Well, to be fair, also before this, I'm pretty sure the PWG run. What they were big there before that, but yeah, you can sort of see what people saw in them, and the guns are the guns. They're just incredible. So yeah, actually, it's a few complaints, but we're not here to review the match. It was a fun match. It
was a really fun match. You can moan till the cows come home about the Bucks and their selling, especially early on in their careers, but the Ultimate X division was never really based around selling. And if you start analysing Ultimate X matches and the X division matches to that degree, then you start to lose the fun of what you were watching. And you can't deny some of the innovation in that match was absolute fucking lunacy. And you can see why Generation Me or the Young Bucks would become one of the best tag teams of the world, and why Motor City Machine Guns, loads of tag teams who are big now, cite Motor City Machine Guns as their inspiration. You can see why. They are fucking brilliant. They are probably one of my favourite tag teams ever. They are tremendous. Now, for those at home, the most controversial thing to happen in Camp PodMania this week is that we have reverted to the 5-star system, abandoning our patented 10-star system to go for the more specific, yet overrated, overused, and nowhere near as... What's the word I'm looking for? Nowhere near as unique rating method. So we're now using a 5-star system.
What we're saying is we're like everyone else now. Please like us. Please like us.
We're conforming. We're conforming. Just like us.
See, you can put the gun down. Person in the corner. Oh shit! I wasn't meant to talk about the person in the corner.
I'll see what everyone else goes for first. I've got an idea in my head of what I was rating this match. I just want to see if I've got a similar feel to everyone else. Chris, I'll start with you. Where are you falling on this match?
3 3/4.
Okay, is this...
It was really good, but now that it's all over, I could not tell you half the shit that happened.
Yeah, you need a cigarette afterwards. Yeah, I know what you mean. Garth, what about you?
I'm going to go 4, just because I loved it.
Yeah.
And it's just exciting, and that's what I wanted. It flew by, and also Ultimate X. I love that match.
I was feeling a 4, so let's go 4, because Chris, we're not arguing about a quarter star, for God's sake, so we'll...
I think going to.
Sit down, Chris. We'll give it 4 stars then. We'll move on to the first of our 2 Puro matches, and we start with Chris's.
Yes.
Chris, what have you chosen, and why have you chosen it?
I've chosen Kenoh versus Katsuhiko Nakajima. I can't say his name. I never have to say his first name. Nakajima from Noah from August of last year. This came from like an amazing 3-header of main events. You basically had this on day 1, Goji Izaki versus Narumochi Marufuji on day 2, which I would have picked, but it's half an hour long, and we have limits apparently. And then the winners faced off next week in a draw that turned out to be one of my matches of the year. And I picked this basically because I wanted to pick some more modern Puro, but it's very hard to pick. Basically, we have a rule of, unless we ask like a week in advance, don't pick anything longer than 25-ish minutes. And if you want to do big Japanese main events, that can be fairly hard.
Especially when you're called New Japan.
Yeah, to be fair, on Noah, we did have Vegeta versus Go from March, where the first half an hour is spent with those two just staring at each other. Literally. I'm not even, Gaff, I'm not exaggerating. Literally.
I believe it. And I won't ever watch it.
On the plus side, Garth, this isn't that match. You'll be happy to know.
This isn't that match. This is fairly, by Noah's standards, this is a svelte 24 minutes, and it's between Kenoh, who is an amazing. Actually, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I know about these wrestlers as we get into the match, so we don't spend too long with backstory.
It's not working for me.
What?
Oh my god, the scenes, the absolute scenes.
I literally have it open in front of me.
I do as well.
For some reason, it wouldn't open from the direct link. Just ignore us.
Are we fine now? Are we good?
We're good.
Okay. It was just Garth's really elaborate way of getting out of watching pro wrestling now.
It's like, oh no, do I have to go pour myself a brandy for the next 20 minutes?
Right. Let's get the link up then. I'll be honest, Nakajima is one of my favourites in Noah, so I'm all for this, and he's part of one of my, or was part of one of my my favourite tag teams.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I'm so sad. Right, lads, hopefully, fingers crossed, we are ready. So if you want to load up your YouTube link at home, okay, and we'll be pressing play in 3, 2, 1...
I do love me some Kenoh. Okay, Gaff, this is their secondary title. So, like, it's like their Intercontinental Championship.
Mhm.
So that's Nakajima with the frizzy hair. Basically, he kicks people really, really hard.
That's Kenoh. He's really boring.
Leave him alone. That's Kenoh. He has a cult called Congo. Okay, it's not
really
a cult.
nice 90s bleached hair.
Yeah, he's essentially imagine Show from Roppongi 3K and then lower your expectations. I really hope we don't have any diehard Noah fans because that is probably going to annoy them. That's not fair because I do like Kenoh. He if I extrapolated my favourites from the N1 victory, which is their G1 climax, and he was one of the better ones in his block. So
he has a certain charisma that I can't deny, but
he's like your standard J-pop pretty boy.
Yeah, he gets in the ring, and I'm not arsed. I watched him versus Kiyomiya, and it was dull.
Like a million of.
It was.
In fact, you're not that much of a Kiyomiya fan, are you?
No, I'm not a Kiyomiya fan at
all. Because honestly, Kenoh, this match is great, and then his match with Go is also amazing. In fact, Go had an amazing year last year.
Who's that? Go Shiozaki, did you say?
Yeah.
Sorry, you kept crackling.
Oh, that's weird.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It was just. I couldn't hear what you said there. Don't matter.
Okay. So yeah, basically, I also picked this match because you don't really need much context. We're just fighting over a title. Although they would be in the same team like a month later.
There are people there who look so fucking bored.
Yeah, it's like I wanted to come with my friends, but now I'm sitting on Mela.
My wrestling fans couldn't come, but I don't even like wrestling, but I'm here.
They needed to fill the seats. To be fair, this is literally what someone posted a video of what a 2017 Noah Korakuen card looked like, and it was literally this. It's only just an exaggeration. To be fair, me and Rob watched some old Stardom, and it was kind of like this.
Oh God, I hope Kenoh doesn't win.
Leave. I watch you slowly become a Kenoh fan throughout this match.
No, he's just boring and he's got shit hair.
Those girls like him.
The girls do like Kenoh.
There's his cult.
Like a pigeon wing.
Tell you what, though, during the N1, right, I prioritised the N1 victory over the G1 this year because New Japan is a trash company for trash people.
You love it, really.
And
he's like a cross between Nakamura with the red flashy pants and stuff.
Is the red the only reason?
Well, it's like leather pants, isn't it? And then he's got Okada's coat.
He has, yeah. It's the collar, isn't it? He sort of reminds me of Sanada.
Are you just thinking of the only other person you know with no personality?
Oh my God, he's so boring.
Sanada, yeah. To be fair, that meme was more controversial than I expected, but I put in the Discord the other night. Right, for context. So, Gaff, the next big New Japan show is Sanada versus Bushi.
Ibushi.
For the title.
Ibushi, not Bushi.
I thought I said Ibushi.
just to clarify, Bushi is not the champion.
And
we haven't reached that
so
point.
I put a meme. You know that Simpsons meme? It's like, what did I do to deserve this bland, flavorless martini? I did that, but replaced the word martini with match. Oh my God, that was more controversial than I fucking expected. Jesus Christ. It's like, no one else finds Sanada boring. I'm the only one? Really?
No, everyone is the same.
Apparently not.
I take my issues with Sanada with, you look at his match with Evil, who turned on LIJ, cost Naito the championship, and then Sanada has had 2 matches with Evil, who he has tagged with, won championships with, and basically was his best friend, and he showed not one bit of emotion throughout either match. I'm sorry, if you can't make a match like that work on an emotional level, then I'm not arsed about you.
Nakajima there doing the Bobby Lashley.
Going full on Brock.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun. The turnbuckles fire with fireworks.
Yeah, thrust kick city, bitch. But yeah, just for a bit of context, the National Championship is like their second championship, thing like Intercontinental Championship. And it kind of gets booked the same way in that it's basically used so that main eventers have something to do when we don't have a main event program. But on the other hand, juniors have went through it, so it's open weight. But also, it's officially heavyweight, but Minoru Tanaka went through it. It's weird. It's been held by like some Patrice's people as well. Like, these names are going to mean nothing to Gaff, but like Dagura and Kenoh and... Oh shit, I just spoiled this match.
I knew he won, don't worry.
But Gaff didn't. And Gaff's a massive Nakajima. Although, Noah's had a weird...
I do like the other dude, I think.
What, Nakajima?
Yeah. I like the look of him.
He is a very pretty man, isn't he?
He's just cocky and arrogant and beats the shit out of people, and he's just everything I want in a wrestler.
And he looks like he has a... to be fair, he had a match in the G1 against Katsuyori Shibata, and it was fucking incredible.
Oh my god, I rewatched that Shibata versus Ishii match. My god.
What a match.
12 minutes. It's the shortest Meltzer 5-star rated match by a distance. It's fucking lunacy.
For some reason, he reminds us a little bit of Takahashi.
I think it's the hair.
That.
I think it's a frizzy hair.
I think it's the hair. He's also very similarly proportioned.
He's a bit more stat than Takahashi, though, isn't he? Obviously.
Apart from the fact he's put a gum shield in.
Yeah.
Which means he's ready to fight.
He isn't as self-sacrificing as Takahashi either.
Oh my god, that bump on the ramp at Wrestle Kingdom. What was the fucking need?
Yeah, to be fair, like some of the bumps he took in that El Fantasma match, it's like, Hiromu, baby, don't take such bad bumps for such an awful match.
But then he did it against Ishimori. That one on the ramp was Ishimori. It's like, stop it. And then they went like 400 minutes.
We lied to you, Gaff. This is the match where they stare at each other for half an hour.
Imagine. He looks so fucking cool, doesn't he, Nakajima?
Nakajima, yeah, the thing is, the hair adds to it. Whenever I see him without the frizzy hair, it's just like, what's the point of you?
I genuinely thought he was going to flick his hair back.
Hair flip.
Kenoh's hair looks like Lego hair.
So, leave him alone.
Fuck you, Kenoh.
Like... I wasn't kidding. This is a match where we stare at each other for half an hour. I'm not. I'm joking. I'm not joking. I'm joking.
Nakajima looks thoroughly done with this bullshit already.
To be fair, did you see the controversy where New Japan accidentally put him on his roster page earlier this year?
I did, yeah.
That was incredible because like Noah fans meant it to melt down, and then New Japan fans who mostly came in around Wrestle Kingdom, like after Nakajima had been with New Japan, and was like, "Who?"
My favorite rumor
and then
was
Noah
that he
fans
was
were
going to
angry
be.
At them.
Yeah, he was going to be Master Wato. That was my favorite rumor.
To be fair, we entertained that just because we didn't want to accept that it was just going to be Wato.
Oh, Wato, they fucked you over so much.
He's my beautiful blue-haired little son.
He's dog shit is what he is at the moment.
Leave my boy alone.
You can't deny he's not shit.
That match at Wrestle Kingdom was good.
It was his best match, which is a concern. It's his gimmick. It's not him. He's a good wrestler, but his entire gimmick is you need to be as flippy as fucking possible, and it's not maintainable.
That's not him.
Exactly.
We should have given that to Ospreay. Who Ospreay? I just realised he looks like that fucking British dude from Inception.
Fucking hell.
Missed.
I should point out, these two, I should have also told you, Gaff, these two have very kick-heavy offense, because it's Noah. To be fair, like, it's weird to know it, because whenever they're limb targeting, instead of doing a different move, they just do the move they always do, just to that limb. Like in Gojizaki versus Kenoh, Gojizaki does a lot of chops, so when he was targeting Kenoh's knee, he just started chopping the knee.
Amazing.
It was incredible.
Get into a test of strength.
Just Garth in the back on his rocket chair. Get on with it!
Come on, you pussies.
Oh,
he's getting full Naruto.
that was smooth. That was smooth though. Oh,
Come out.
they're taking full advantage of the fact that the fans are nowhere near those barriers. Nice little soul butt there.
I was just going to say, you can hear the sole of the shoes squeaking. That's how little fans are in.
No, but also they're not allowed to make any noise.
See, that I quite liked.
That was smooth.
It was. I will grant him that. He's boring as fuck, but that was quite good.
It was a bit like Baron Corbin. He does that.
I love that that's the comparison, just triggering all Noah fans. So Kenoh is basically Baron Corbin, isn't he?
This is exactly why I picked a Noah match.
Ooh, fuck me. Jesus.
I think that's the advantage for Noah with less crowds, because they actually do kick each other. See, you could see he didn't slap his leg there.
It's alright, Nakajima doesn't need his throat, does he?
Or his chest. His beautiful chest.
For those listening, I think Garth might be 2 or 3 seconds behind me and Chris, which is brilliant, because you'll hear me and Chris talk about something, then you'll just hear Garth go, oof.
Ooh.
Wait for it.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't do it. I knew he wouldn't do it as well. Prick.
He didn't do it just to be a dick as well.
I'm not a fan of the masking tape look around the edge of the ring.
Oh, they've changed that to green now, and it looks much better.
Yeah, the masking tape.
I always
look
quite
is a
liked
bit
it.
shit.
I like the green. I do miss the green, to be honest, and I know why they changed it, but still.
It was a distinguishing thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was something that was quintessential Noah.
Nice.
But like, I think the hint of green around the ring is
agreed.
It's the perfect homage.
Still don't
'Cause
like
I don't
their
mind
boring logo though.
I don't mind the logo anymore. Like, I've just got used to it. And to be honest, I'd rather take like a good company over a good logo. To be honest.
Ah, you're wrong.
Said the New Japan fan.
What are you doing, mate?
What do you mean he's still hurting? Did you see how fucking hard he got kicked?
Come on, you pussy.
You complain all the time about people not selling, and then as soon as people are selling, you're like,
a box match.
Well, that's... Ooh, ow.
God's gone full sarcastic dickhead mode. It's amazing.
I kind of get the feeling he was going to go over, but then I thought, no, I better not.
you know that moment when like your family are like, they have the aux cable in and they're like, okay, just add things onto your playlist, and then we get to your song and you can see people just not enjoying the song. That's how I feel right now with Garth in this match.
You've got people like Barry White and Michael Bublé. Then you've put on Sepultura, and you're like, I have drastically misread the mood of this.
No, that's the thing, because I just put in like random, obscure British, Scottish indie music, and they're like, what? 19.
No. Oh fuck!
To be fair, Nakajima doesn't count me as someone, strike me as someone who learned to count. He is like, I learned to kick.
Gives a shit.
To be fair, Nakajima, I think I'm right in saying he's the youngest person to ever compete in an MMA fight in Japan. He competed when he was like 15. Like, dude started young.
I mean, I wouldn't fuck with him, I'll be honest.
No, well, depends what you mean by fuck with.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
It's not very stiff. He's not even moving his head. He's just taking
Because he's being stoic.
Hit me harder, you bitch.
Fucking hell.
I love that the ref has already got gloves on. He's like, there's going to be blood in this match.
He's going to knock his wig off.
Just Lego hair everywhere.
Oh, by the way, I'm so glad Kenoh counters that because Nakajima does that in every big match and he ends up doing it for like a minute to appeal to the crowd. And it's like, Nakajima, baby, stop it.
All 23 of them.
To be fair, this isn't a drawing problem. This is the most we've allowed in Korakuen Hall problem. If this was 2017, I'd be joining in on the jokes. Because quite frankly, this was an All Japan card before the.
Go on.
I like
Go
it.
on,
I was
Nakajima,
like,
lad. Ooh.
bitch.
Oh my
Bitch. You can see the sweat flying off him.
Wrestling's fake. Size of his nipples.
Wrestling's fake. Okay, come here while I slap you as hard as I can in the face.
All right, Vader. Oh, I should point out, matches can end in knockout in Noah. That's my best stepping away.
Imagine if that was it. That would be such an anticlimax.
Slap.
Just one slap.
What, you like it that matches can end in knockout?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that as well. Because it does, since they kick a lot, it does add a lot to every kick to the head.
Adds a lot to the air of legitimacy as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And...
See, because people talked about Ibushi versus Taichi in the G1, like, oh, they kicked each other for 20 minutes. That's so unique. It's like, is it? Have you watched Noah?
I think the difference with that was it was like 17 minutes, and they had something that, like, 3 moves that weren't kicks. It was a good match, to be fair, that was.
It was alright. I finally got round to it. When I was like when I was putting together my match of the year list, I was like, okay, I'll watch some matches that haven't seen that could possibly crack it. And that, to be fair, that very near cracked my honorable mentions. It was a very good match.
It was a good match.
But then I saw Ishikawa versus what's his name from WXW, where it was just 2 old men hurting each other, and it's like, well, that's basically my kink. So,
what's all a bit like Undertaker versus Goldberg?
No, not like that. Not like that.
Which is technically 2 old people hurting each other. Unlike Goldberg versus The Fiend, which is just 1 old man hurting the fans.
Oh, at least it is, like, I know it sounds bad, but I'm kind of glad Drew got COVID so we can sort of duck out on this match.
No, we can't. He's still fucking doing it.
Oh, is he? Oh, fuck my life.
They're just moving the match, aren't they?
No, he's still doing it at the Rumble. He's gonna be out of isolation.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck my actual fucking life.
And
I'm still going to watch it.
Betty fucking wins. Oh, we're watching the Rumble matches for the watch-along, aren't we? So
yeah, I'm not. I think I normally only watch it because I watch the Rumble live, but I'm not watching the Rumble live this year because we're doing a watch-along. So Facebook will be deleted, and Instagram and Twitter from my phone for that day, just because if I leave them on, I will accidentally hit one out of force of habit. I'm just gonna like put myself into a bubble.
I did that with the Thursday Night Wrestle Kingdom. I'd stopped Twitter, I'd stopped Facebook, and then I had a notification for, I think, Wrestling with Regret. And I was like, oh, stick that on. And the first fucking thing was Ibushi with both belts. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake!
That's what I think mine was on.
That was
something, but it was basically Ibushi with belts. And I was like, oh, well, fuck it. What's the point?
I watched it live. It was all right.
The bit at the end was better than the match.
To be fair, me and Rob have divergent thoughts on most of the matches at Wrestle Kingdom. Apart from Cobb versus Shingo. We definitely agree on Cobb versus Shingo.
We don't have massively divergent thoughts. I think it's just the fact that I liked Ospreay and Okada and you didn't. That was the only match I think we disagreed on.
I did like it. I just don't think it's anywhere near a perfect match.
Oh, I think it's about as good. Aside from the winner, which actually I can see why, but I really liked it. I like Shingo, Jeff Cobb, thought that was tremendous. Which I'm really glad it got the full 5 from Meltzer because he did deserve it. I liked Takahashi and Ishimori. It just went on too long. It was unnecessarily long.
Like, that was at least 5 minutes longer than it had to be.
Yeah, exactly. If they'd have cut 5 minutes off it, we're talking a damn near perfect match.
Yeah, to be fair, it's weird because the middle ground is basically their best of Super G because but that went longer, didn't it? But that's the weird thing because like you go to their Jinju match and the problem is it sort of ended too abruptly.
Yeah, they tried to do something different at Jinju because they were working a limb match, weren't they?
But the problem is that completely went out the window for like a minute of like 2 minutes of this 13-minute match. So a significant percentage was spent not selling it.
Yeah.
It's always weird when we talk about like a pure match because like with I'm definitely enjoying what's on the screen right now. It's just we went down a Wrestle Kingdom rabbit hole.
Well, I'll be honest, it's just been a lot of kicks.
Yeah, and Garth stopped going ooh. So...
Look at the state of Kenoh's hair. It's going to take him ages to get it back into the pigeon wing. Oh, fucking hell!
Ooh.
Jesus! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Don't hold back.
Oh my god!
Right on the head.
That's right, Kenoh. You don't need a face. It's fine.
Do you think people love you for your face?
Then you'd be right.
You are nothing but a big red pair of trousers to me. We don't make Scrubs references enough on this podcast.
Look how pumped the crowd are.
Like, stop being mean about COVID crowds. Jesus. You can hear that.
So he's not bothered though.
Oh no, Nakajima, he doesn't feel pain.
Oh, fucking
I
hell.
don't think
bouncing off
Nakajima
him.
I think the only emotion Nakajima experiences is violent glee.
Come on, hit me again. Hit me again.
I like how he just basically pushed that one away. It's like, bitch, try harder. This is basically too small. This is basically the same dynamic Thatcher and Walter had. Oh, Jesus.
That's how you're supposed to kick. I love how Kenoh is pissing sweat and Nakajima doesn't look tired at all. Says you're right being so bland.
Oh my
god!
Oh my god! That is how you do a fucking super kick.
My god!
It's the snap when Kenoh went down as well. Oh.
Oof. Nice.
What I like about this at this point, because we're clearly like in the twilight of well, I say that looking along we have much, but like we're clearly like in the upper echelon parts of this match. I can't think of how to put it because it's not the finishing sequence.
We're reaching
the
final third.
Yeah,
we're reaching like full gear in this match. So, but like every move counts. There's a guy with an AEW
hat.
AEW.
AEW. Why don't you sign with All Elite?
All Elite should sign Kenoh.
AEW
he's going to AEW. Every wrestler that goes out of contract, AEW.
I feel like people think people should sign somewhere without thinking about where they'd fit on the roster.
You mean like the people who are currently... Go on, Garth.
The fact that we're in the middle of a pandemic and no one's allowed to go anywhere.
Yeah, well, to be fair, that's not stopped most major wrestling companies. What concerns me more is that he's still smiling. It's like that Suzuki kind of thing, isn't it?
I would like to see
It's like
Nakajima
Suzuki or
versus
Lesnar.
Suzuki.
Has that happened? I don't think that's happened. Actually, it might. No. I think it did because they were in Noah at the same time. Hang on. Suzuki versus Nakajima. Oh, it's happened. At Noah Higher Ground. Oh no, that's Hideki Suzuki, not Minoru Suzuki. Minoru.
Oof.
It happened in 2006.
A long time ago.
Nakajima's like, oh man, that's my best kick, and it didn't do anything. Oh, by the way, Garth, we're never going to watch this match because it's too long. B, I don't want Rob to keep being mean to Kenoh. But in the Kenoh versus Kaito Kiyomiya match, oh, that was lovely. He pendulumed. Like, literally put him into, like, a pendulum and pendulumed him into the ring barrier.
Nice.
Oh, Jesus.
You never see that?
Fucking hell. It's a good job Kenoh won the title. Jesus. Can you imagine saying you're going to endure this and he's going to beat you?
Oh, do you think that's why Nakajima never gets a big win? Because it's like nobody wants to be like, if I'm having to be in the ring for 20 minutes with Nakajima getting kicked, I am going to
I
win.
am best fucking win.
To be fair, I prefer the N1 match these two had, but that's harder to find. So I just thought I'd go for this one. Also, I'm pretty sure this one's shorter.
Doesn't feel it, Chris. No, I am joking. I am enjoying it. Well, I'm enjoying Nakajima. Hashtag fuck Kenoh.
Wait, I think you're more militant against Kenoh than you actually are.
Are you saying that I'm putting on my hatred of Kenoh?
For the case of comedic effect, for a watch along, never.
Oh my god!
Oh,
my god! Imagine if he hadn't moved.
Yeah, he didn't. I kind of like that. It's like, how do I get out of this? Oh. To be fair, if you think that's bad, you should see a fucking Vegeta punk kick. They're disgusting.
Not even bothered. It's like, yeah.
I think it would be amazing if Kenoh bled just because of his hair. Oh, so he wouldn't have to wash his jocks because no one would notice.
That nice pretty ring will get ruined though.
They have to get a new mask.
No, when people bleed on a black ring, it's like, what was the point? Because you can't fucking see it.
But then when they bleed on the old TNA ring, just leave it.
Oh, but he just left it for the whole fucking show. It's disgusting. Oh, shit.
Oh, nice.
I watched how many matches this year, but this one sort of, what specifically happened in this one's faded from memory.
And we're going to have a reverse Rana.
From Kenoh? Nah. He's not
I'm
interesting
watching you in the crowd. Leave him alone. My poor baby boy.
Oh, God. Oh, God. No. Oh, my God. Oh, okay.
Nice.
Okay. I thought he was going to land on his fucking head. Jesus.
You thought it was going to be an Okada Omega.
Oh, my God. Move out of my way.
I hate that move.
Do you? Why?
It just looks horrible.
You don't like how it looks?
No, like, because obviously I know that the moves are cooperative, apart from that one.
Apart from that.
Yeah. How do you go, I'm going to set myself to take this?
One wrong
Nakamura
move, and it's like, you've just squashed my fucking spleen.
I'm pretty sure Nakamura said in an interview that's the least favorite move he takes.
Like swatting a fly out of the air.
Yeah, but things with that. What was Kenoh planning there?
Yeah.
Like that's
Nakajima had been up for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's one of my least favorite things in wrestling. The top rope, nothing to reverse.
Yeah.
Like, and you see
the black sandal.
Yeah, but no one ever does. Like, that made so many top rope RKOs just so obvious. It's like, Chris Jericho, you never end a match on this.
However, the Evan Bourne one, fucking perfect.
Oh, fuck me. I wasn't even a match, but I'm pretty sure that was a segment.
It was still fucking tremendous. Oh, God, we're about to slap. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Kenoh is going to have such a hot ear after this.
He's not even hitting? Well.
Nakajima is literally not moving. Oh my God, it's turned into a shoot fight. What the fuck is this?
It's literally just turning into frying Takayama. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
To be fair, you know, Rob, do you know who Kenoh would face later in the year?
If you say Kiyomiya.
No, it's Sakuraba. Well, yes, Kiyomiya, but Sakuraba.
Oh.
Your favourite from Wrestle Kingdom 9.
Him and Suzuki stunk up the place.
Yeah. Oof. It's weird to know it because, like, in most Japanese tournaments, you'll have like the guy who's there to get flash wins. In like New Japan, it's Yano doing comedy, but in Noah, it's fucking Sakuraba trying to tap people out.
Oh, Jesus!
He out.
Kenoh has a really small mouth. Like, I've only just noticed when he opened his mouth then, and it was about to say, oh, fuck, it's over.
Knockout?
Yeah, knockout.
Oh.
See, you can bet knockout.
Really?
Yeah.
Of all the shots that we've seen, that was the knockout. That really bothers me, that's not center as well.
It's cumulative.
Right, well, there you go. So, Kenoh is your new national champion, or he was on the 4th of August in 2020.
Well, lads, I have pulled up my match of the year document from last year, where I've put in every match I rated 4 stars or above. It's about 200 matches.
Right, well, I'm going to pause this just while Chris is talking. Go on, Chris.
And what I said about this match was 2 guys being dudes, 2 dudes being guys. 4.25 stars.
2 crude dudes.
With attitude. To be honest, I'm inclined to agree with my original rating. That was fucking class. A bit, like, honestly, I think we should have just stuck with the strikes, because they did throw in some stuff in there, and it's like, you're clearly just trying to add on an extra few minutes to the runtime. But, like, with the exception of that, that was some lovely violence. And in a landscape where most big championship match, ever in a main event, seemed to go over half an hour, New Japan, fucking never open weight titles going 35 minutes. Dookie was in the match. Sorry. This, like, having this go under 25 is a little bit of a breath of fresh air. But, yeah, it was lovely, especially considering the match between Nakajima and Shiozaki from the day after did go half an hour. But I love this. I'm inclined to go with my original rating of 4.25 stars. I did really enjoy it. Also, I love the knockout. I love that matches can end in a knockout.
I'm interested to hear Noah Virgin Garth's opinion on this.
As it, by that we mean like his first Noah match, not like most Noah fans. Sorry, that's a bad joke. Moving on.
Would that not be Stardom?
Oh, now.
No. What now?
Or is it Stardom Pervert?
Now.
You shouldn't be saying this, Garth, as a future guest on the Stardom Cast. We will break you down, Garth. Please, for my birthday this year, can you please come on the Stardom?
As long as I can sort of get a chance to like get out of the house and get away to watch it, so I'm not like the net doesn't come in like randomly and see us watching this shit.
I'm sorry, but like, if you've watched women's wrestling before,
No,
in the Attitude Era, mate. Oh no, you were drunk for the Attitude Era. For ruthless aggression, then, mate. Jesus. Anyway, what was your opinion on this?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a little bit slow, especially the beginning. But no, but then towards the end, it really did pick up, and I really enjoyed it. It was hard hitting, and those kicks were fucking oof. But I liked it, and I liked the ending, how it was a knockout. That was nice. Yeah, it was good. It was fun. I would go 3.5, 3 3/4.
Okay. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, as much as I ragged on Kenoh for the majority of the match. It was a very
with fucking duration.
Both competitors did well. I agree with Chris. I think if they'd have just there was a little bit in the middle where it sort of dragged and nothing really happened, where we had the explosive start after the stare down, and then we had the explosive end. And I feel like, obviously you're not going to be able to maintain that for 24 minutes, but they seemed to meander. There didn't seem to be a great deal of idea of where to go between the opening striking segment and the closing striking segment, both which were fantastic. So I, annoyingly, went right in the middle of both of you and went 4 stars. Because I did enjoy it. It was a stiff as fuck match. It gets an added 1/2 star because it's Nakajima. And yeah, it was...
Honestly, that's me with every Nakajima match.
It was a really, really good match. And I think that averages out at about 4 stars. So, there you go.
Also, if you think the middle was a bit meandering, I do recommend that N1 match because it's mostly just for 2 pretty boys kicking, which is really all I want from this.
Right, so...
Oh, also, for Garth's context, they'd be on the same team later in the year. He joined Congo. It was good. Anyway, moving on.
All right.
We move on to our main event match, and it's my pick, and it's one that me and Chris have already seen, but I desperately want to watch it again. It's one that I think will be entirely Garth's jam. I think Garth will love it, partly because he's got one of his favourite wrestlers in, and it's Samoa Joe.
Yeah, the massive Kenta Kobashi mark.
It's Samoa Joe versus Kenta Kobashi from 2005. I think the show was actually called Joe versus Kobashi. And
it was. They used to name their shows after matches on them because that's what like MMA cards would do, and ROH were legitimate, obviously.
And yeah, let's not dick about. Let's get straight into it. Because build-up wise, it's literally just a match. So
yeah, it's literally just, hey, do you want to see these 2 fight? Cool, let's do it.
So Garth, if you can get the Daily Motion link up, and ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go onto the old Google Drive link and find the match against the Daily Motion link, like I said. And lads, if we're ready, 3, 2, 1, play.
Gav, question: is this your first Kobashi match?
I don't think so. I'm sure I've seen him like in the 90s stuff.
I love that Godzilla entrance.
Because he loves just chopping the shit out of people, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah.
That's basically his thing.
Yeah.
To be fair, his thing in the early 90s was losing, but then he started going to the chops and it started working for him. And dropping people on their head. And
the fact he's built like a motherfucker in
to
comparison to like most Japanese wrestlers.
Oh, especially by the time you got to... Oh, actually, if you look at all Japan, they were all like big fuckers like Taue and Kawada and...
Kawada's actually pretty small compared to the rest.
Well, compared, yeah, but he's also stocky.
Oh, he's fucking terrifying. I wouldn't mess with him.
Yeah, he's built like a brick house. He's basically Garth.
Taue's fucking enormous.
Oh, Taue, because he was going to be like Giant Baba's replacement. That's why he wore the red tights. I'm sorry, Garth. I understand these names mean nothing to you.
Look how young Joe is there.
Oh, look at him. He's so baby-faced, isn't he? 2005, the same year, he had that triple threat.
He had a pretty good fucking year, didn't he, Joe,
So,
in
like,
2005?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't bat an eyelid at someone who said that in 2005 Samoa Joe is the best wrestler in the world. I'm pretty sure he also faced Liger this year.
Listen to that fucking pop for Kobashi.
Because he wouldn't. Has he ever appeared in the US before this? I'm going to check this.
No, we talked
So
about
what
this.
was he?
And we said
Was
about...
he like on the roster?
Oh, yeah.
or anything?
Kobashi was at. I remember this because Samoa Joe was on the Stone Cold podcast and he talked about this match. And apparently Kenta Kobashi wanted to act like Mr. Fuji because he thought
Listen
that's
to
how.
that.
Yeah, he was worried no one would know who he is. And look at him, he's actually surprised.
That's what I was going to say. Just as he comes out, that genuine look of complete fucking shock that people know who he is.
Yeah,
Like he's
he
not
doesn't
one
know.
of the biggest wrestlers ever.
What thing is about Kobashi? People
Well, at
talk
this
about
point,
like
he must have been in like his 40s or something.
yeah, 2005. He'd have just got off his GHC title run, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah. Not long after this, he'd take time off. But thing is about Kobashi, his style meant he never really had to slow down because his style was, I'm going to hit you very hard.
Mm.
Although, he does machine gun chops, like rapid chops in the corner. Because of that, he had to get emergency shoulder surgery on both shoulders.
As you do. This is like ROH crowds, like one of the OG smart crowds, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but thing is, they weren't dicks like the old.
No,
old
they
ROH
weren't
crowds.
dicks, but they were just
Yeah, they
deep
cheer
divers.
for, but they cheer for the faces. They boo the heels and like show respect when respect is needed. Like,
I remember, like-
which is why I don't like the ECW comparison because ECW crowds were just cunts.
No, they were just dickheads.
Yeah.
Pissed up arseholes. Like, these people were like wanted to go and watch good wrestling matches.
Both who live in glass houses, but
Well, you know.
we have been to takeovers.
I
They're
remember
not
watching,
comparable to
like,
ECW shows. Fucking hell, Chris.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but in terms of being dickheads,
like around about this time, this would have been when like Bryan Danielson would have been doing his stuff.
yeah, Bryan Danielson,
McGuinness,
would have been picking up steam.
Yeah.
I'm trying to actually. I think McGuinness might have been pure champ at this point. They had a lot of the imports like Takeshi Murashima and Marufuji. Kenta came in a lot as well. The Kings of Wrestling and Chris Hero, and I need to watch some more Old School Ring of Honor. But also, I refuse to get on a club.
Was Thingy booking at this point?
Who, Delirious?
Or Cornette.
No.
Cornette? No.
No.
Cornette was in TNA at this point.
Was he? I
Yeah.
thought he went a bit later.
No,
I didn't probably start watching TNA till it must have been the year after when Joe was in.
Joe was in TNA at this point.
Was he?
The ROH and
been
TNA
what?
had a working agreement until TNA
Must have been
decided
like
to pull out.
2006 maybe. How big fucking Kobashi is, man?
He's
Jesus.
enormous.
Thing is, there's a marked difference in like physique between All Japan Kobashi and Noah Kobashi. It's unbelievable.
I'm sure I've seen it. Something where he's huge, but he's also ripped.
He is, yeah, is like,
Might have been like in the night, like it would have been earlier.
yeah. To be fair, I've always wanted to get a Kobashi match on here. The problem is a lot of the classics are quite long.
His matches with Misawa are like 45 minutes.
Didn't he have like a really good match with Vader?
He did. He also had a couple great matches. Rob can attest to this, although he accidentally watched one where the matches were stitched together with Stan Hansen. Like some great stuff with Hansen.
Oh,
You fucked up.
You fucked
up.
smiling.
No, Kobashi doesn't do the whole smiling thing. It's not for him. Actually, none of the pillars really smiled, did they?
No, they were, especially Kawada. Kawada did not smile. Taue was probably the only one that smiled.
I've never seen Taue smile.
Do you know who Kobashi reminds of?
Who?
Do you know the Three Storms in Big Trouble in Little China?
Jesus!
Oh, for God's sake, Garth! Of course,
Win.
I should have seen that coming. For
No,
fuck's
it's just
sake!
it's when he does the and he gets proper pumped. He looks like that because he looks so fucking angry.
We almost went through podcasts with Japanese wrestlers about Garth mentioning Big Trouble in Little China.
Hey,
This is awesome after 2 chops. Oh, fuck
they've
me.
But are you happy though, Garth? We did a
Fucking
test of strength.
yep, love it. And then just bulldozing.
I'm not going to lie.
It's-
I'm going to spoil my thoughts already. I absolutely fucking love this match.
Oh, if you want to know being Rob's fault, we did do a review on this match. Oh, I love his.
Oh,
You
love
can,
it.
you can't
Seen him
beat
go down. He just stood up.
you can't beat the atmosphere of like a genuine dream match. Like on a smaller
just that,
scale,
people-
obviously.
People
Like-
enjoying the match.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Trying to
that's
get them fuck themselves over on him.
Exactly. They're
That's the thing,
not
like-
trying to get themselves over. They're not chanting random shit. Everything they're chanting is because of the match.
Like smaller scale, obviously, but like this is the same atmosphere a Hogan versus Rock has. Except
So-
it's an actual good
It's all,
match.
it's all reaction
Yeah.
rather than like setting themselves up.
Mhm.
Which is what, to be fair to like ACW crowds, were good at reacting.
Yeah.
Like, but then also
They
just
reacted
chant
to
random shit.
They reacted to shit, dumb shit though. That's the problem.
Yeah, like, aye.
Thing is, this is one of the times where no commentary is really adding to this.
Yeah.
Because like, do you really want like Kevin Kelly
Josh Matthews.
going on?
Cornet.
Slow it
Cornette did
slow
some,
it down. Slow.
Cornet did some commentary, didn't he, for ROH?
I imagine
Yeah, him,
Cornette will be
McGuinness.
fucking loving this.
It was him, McGuinness, and Kelly for the longest time. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is the first Ring of Honor match I ever watched. I'm pretty sure it was also the first Kenta Kobashi match I ever watched. Like, I can't remember when I first saw this. I saw this fairly... Like, I saw this when I was like 15, 16 years old. I think one of my friends just sent me a link going, bro, you need to watch this.
Just look at Samoa Joe, seriously. And the WWE fucked him up. The guy can
But
talk,
WWE
the guy can wrestle, the guy is a legitimate fucking badass. And the
Also, like,
WWE fucked him up.
They didn't sign him in 2005 when he's the best wrestler in the world.
Yeah.
Yep. Can't deny that, mate.
I'm sure my
Oh,
first
God.
ever ROH match, Bryan Danielson versus Austin Aries.
Oh,
I bet
is
that's
that the one that
good.
went 70? Is that the one that went 70 minutes?
I don't know, because...
Was it a
I'm
2 out
sure-
of 3 falls match?
Yeah, but I'm sure I only
Okay.
saw, like, the last half of it.
There's an amazing story about that. Where originally I was meant to go to 2 60-minute draws and then wrap up in the 50th minute of the third fall. But then Brian changed it because he realised that was a ridiculous idea.
It's a ridiculous idea. It's a ridiculous thing to ask the audience to do.
Yeah. It's a ridiculous thing to imagine when going to Austin Aries and going, hey mate, you're going to have to wrestle for 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours. Oh, Kobashi just having none of that. Because that was that's a Kawada spot there.
Nice.
Kobashi's having none of it. Yeah, it's weird, Kawada, because he basically ended his career in hustle. Like dancing. It was weird. This is a fairly weird venue. You know what this reminds me of, Rob? This reminds me of that venue from the WXW show we did.
Oh, yeah. That was a
Except
fucking
there's actual
slog,
people
that
there.
was, mate. Fuck me.
Right. You can't just... I get it. I made a poor choice. Can you please let me move on?
Garth, you fucking dodged a bully with that show, dude.
Right. You made us watch the big event and Collision in fucking Korea, right?
Both of which were at least interesting
No.
in their
At
shitness.
least my one was an hour long.
Right, please don't take this the wrong way, but when Kobashi stands up, now that I've noticed I can't take my eyes off it, where is Kobashi's arse? When he stands up...
It's like a... Yeah.
You could
fair,
underline a date and title with that.
If you think that
nipples.
if you think that's weird, never ever watch a giant Baba match. I've been trying to work out that man's anatomy for years. Yeah, you're right. He's working with no junk of a trunk, is he?
Nothing at all.
This is not what most people thought we'd be talking about in a Kobashi match.
Fucking elbow, Joe.
Just like
Shot on the side of the face.
Fuck you. Oh no.
Oh.
That dude in the crowd took a kick to the face.
Literally slaps him into the fucking crowd.
That guy who got a kick in the face is probably a mark going, oh, did I ever tell you about the time Kobashi hit Samoa Joe into me, so he kicked me in the face?
He hasn't washed his face since.
To be fair, he was never going to wash his face. He's someone who went to an ROH show in 2005.
Right, that's right, guys. Let's alienate the entire of the wrestling audience. We've called pro wrestling fans Noah and pro wrestling Noah fans virgins, and we've called people watching ROH in 2005 dirty. Fantastic. Who needs listeners? Am I right?
And don't forget the Stardom fans.
Oh, fuck off!
Right, we have an actual audience of Stardom fans, Garth. For the love of God, stop.
It's all done out of love.
If anyone in our Discord listens to this, we're never going to hear the end of it.
It's done out of love. Have you seen Weird Science?
No. It's right, I'll add it to the list for God's sake.
Chet, his brother Chet is one of the greatest comedy characters ever.
Just take his word for it, Chris. Otherwise, he won't shut up about it.
But what I like about this, we're very clearly just calling it in the ring.
I imagine the call
As it
goes
should
something
be.
along the lines of, hit me again, then I'll hit you.
I think the more the call is, Kobashi will hit you until he gets tired, and then Joe can have a turn.
I mean, seriously, listen to the sound of those chops. Fucking ridiculous.
It is. And it's over the top of that crowd as well.
Just doesn't have the same impact when Braun Strowman does that, does it?
You mean Braun Strowman? You mean awful pro wrestler Braun Strowman? Yeah.
It's depressing. He's about 500 times better than he was when he debuted. Jesus Christ.
I mean, yeah, but I'm 500 times better at talking than I was when I was born. That doesn't mean I'm good at it.
Kobashi.
Christ. I imagine if you're in this building, you still can't hear properly to this day. From the mixture of the chops and the crowd. When have you heard "This is awesome" on a rest hold?
Every Randy Orton match.
No one ever shouts. Don't lie. No one shouts "This is awesome" in a Randy Orton match. Well, maybe Gaff.
This is awful.
This is all right.
I might watch this.
E-dub. This is making me genuinely sad, but we're stuck with WWE shit for the next 3 weeks.
It's good WWE shit, in fairness.
It'll be fine.
You say that. We haven't seen Gaff's pick yet.
Oh, that is a good point, actually.
What's his fault? Oh, the undercard.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
Fuck me.
Right, stop it.
Lads. Stop it. He's already dead.
Literally could watch these two hit each other forever.
This is literally a fucking Fire Pro match, isn't it?
It's the crowd as well. They're so fucking into it.
Oh,
I think it's partly Like, this was quite a novelty at the time as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know what I really want to see now is Kobashi versus Walter.
Is it breaking news here? Kobashi to take the United Kingdom Championship from Walter?
That would be... I would be down. Because Kobashi's one of those people where, like...
Is Kobashi still wrestling?
No,
he
retired,
retired in 2009, I believe, 2010?
Yeah.
9. And to be fair, of like the 4 Pillars and the 3 Musketeers, the only one still going is Muto, and he's fucking shit. And he's getting a chant, and I won't. Oh, God's sake. Tap! Ask him.
Ask him.
Slap him in the belly.
Christ, imagine.
It's a big tour just to
Just
slap
a
him in the belly.
massive, like...
Do you think at the time there's more of a dream match in America than Kobashi versus Joe? Like for Kobashi?
For Kobashi.
Angle versus somebody?
Yeah, Angle, I'd reckon.
Yeah, but the thing is,
someone.
Angle doesn't... I don't think Angle would have that visceral slappiness. Like, Angle would try and work smart around him. Which I think would be better.
Brock versus Kobashi.
You know what?
Jesus.
You know what? Yeah, I really want to see that. No, you know what? I want to see modern Brock versus Kobashi.
Suplex versus
like
chop.
smiling Rock.
Because Kenta Kobashi has a long history of not selling German suplexes. Look, they're cheering for Joe just because they want this match to go on.
To carry on.
Christ.
Fucking brain chop.
Look at, and he doesn't give a fuck. He's like,
Shades of the Great Khali.
I was just going to say that. Shout out to the greatest pro wrestler in WWE history. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Stop.
Oh, I hear that shit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
oh, that was so beautiful.
yes!
Nice.
Oh my God. I am hard. I am hard.
All right, Chris. Put it away.
This is why we don't do video podcasts. Chris getting his wang
Anymore.
Mm.
Oh, Jesus.
Stiff.
I watch this match at least once a year, right? And it's always better than I remember
Yeah,
it.
and me. Same. This is the fourth time I've watched this match, and I just love it.
I've watched this match I must have seen it in like 2013, 2014. I've watched it at least once a year since.
Like a little Christmas tradition. Oh, little Kawada kicks. Yeah.
No, because he was doing it earlier, and he's doing it just to be a cunt.
Jesus, you are going
Oh
to
my
kill
God!
the
Oh my
man.
fucking Christ! How did I forget that happened? Thing is about this match, there's so much shit in it that you forget half the shit that happens between viewings. Just face washing him.
Yeah, shit.
You've said that for like every strike in this match.
I know. The whole face wash thing, do you know what? I don't know why, but it always makes you think of when you're a kid and you're playing football and the ball's got like a tear in the leather.
Oh.
And you hit it and it like scratches your foot. For some reason, that makes us think that. I don't know why. Muscle buster.
I miss that fucking move.
You know, I've been better there if he kicked out at one.
Just no sold it.
I'm not even
That
one.
does kind of show the because like Kobashi's kicked out at one at like on more devastating moves, but like I think it literally just because he has respect. He's not.
There was a match that I nearly picked. I think it was Multi City Machine Guns versus the 3D. And they were the.
Oh my God, that was beautiful.
Man, they were only the second people to ever kick out the 3D, apparently.
Ah. Go on, then.
That was fucking
get full
gorgeous.
Smark points, Garth. Who was the first?
Possibly the Hardys.
Makes sense.
Listen to this crowd. Please don't tap.
Joe is fucked.
He is like...
Every part of me hurts. For God's sake, tap, Kenta.
He's like, nah, another 10 minutes.
No jobs, brother.
It looks like Joe looks like he's gonna pass out.
Imagine if that was a finish to the match. Someone passed out because they had a hold in too hard. I love this. I love that Samoa Joe never just locks in a submission. He's always changing it.
Zack Sabre Jr. does that. That's why I love him. That's why
He does.
most Zack matches I love.
So does Daniel Bryan. So does if you're an actual good submission wrestler, you'll do that.
Like Natalia.
Like Charlotte.
Like Charlotte.
But she does transition. She goes from a figure 4 to a figure 8. It's twice as good as Daddy.
Twice as good as her daddy's.
Oh, by the way, have you seen that storyline? I saw a video of it. Lacey Evans started calling Ric Flair Daddy.
Yeah, it's weird. You've spent 3 years portraying me as a woman with a husband and a daughter, and how much I love my daughter, but now I'm going to shag Ric
And
Flair.
traditional, but also traditional values. But also, she's just a massive sub.
Yeah. Oh, that was so high on his neck. And Joe...
Samoa Joe's like Kobashi's like, you're fucking taking that.
I love the fact that hurt Joe's neck, and Joe doesn't have a neck.
Imagine doing that to Ishii. Jesus.
Or Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
To be fair, Kurt Angle had a neck. But it's weird because Kurt Angle went from having a lot of neck to no neck.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's what multiple breaks does to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure he had a tumor on his neck as well.
On pills and wrestling in the main event of WrestleMania, which is just fucking ridiculous.
Oh, that reminds me. Have you seen what we're doing on... Oh, Jesus. Have you seen what we're doing on NXT next week?
No.
We're doing another fight pit match.
Oh, Ciampa and Thatcher. If Thatcher doesn't go over, I'm fucking going to make a really angry tweet.
Hope Thatcher doesn't lose any more teeth.
Maybe.
I hope he loses more teeth. I love that shit. Take notes, Satoshi Kojima.
Joe's like, stop.
He keeps trying to walk away. It's like, for the love of God. No!
Keel's over, passes out.
Alright, we're fine. It's over. Look.
I wonder if he actually has any feeling in his hand.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He had nerve damage by the end of his career from that shit.
Fucking state of Joe's chest.
Like those chops there, Garth, those kind of chops, he did them over time. That's why he had to get emergency shoulder surgery.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I mean that, and like wrestling people like Misawa, who had a liberal attitude to where you'd land.
Oh, again, it does not help Joe taking these suplexes when he doesn't have a neck.
There's nothing there to break. It will just break him. Oh,
so good.
What I love is like Kenta Kobashi he didn't pull out any of his kill moves yet. Like he hasn't pulled out the Orange Crush or the Burning Lariat or the Burning Hammer.
He's not going to pull out the Burning Hammer for Samoa Joe, is he?
I mean, he's pulled it out for in random tag matches.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, fair enough. Look, no arse.
Like, I know
like, it's really bothering me.
If I was going to stare at a wrestler's ass for a match, I'd put on a Kota Ibushi match.
Peachy Ibushi. Oh my god, that was right on top of his head. Oh my god.
Fucking hell, it's dangerous.
None of this. Stop it, lads.
Get away
Fighting
from me.
spirit!
Get away
Fighting
from me.
spirit!
Oh, this is fucking tremendous.
And this is why Kobashi is my favourite of the fucking pillars.
See, Tawei's mine.
Don't lie to me. Don't you lie to me.
Genuinely, Tawei's mine. Oh my
No,
god.
he isn't.
Oh my god. It's Tawei, then Kawada. Jesus, oh my god, the noise that's making on Joe's sort
and
of
thing
neck.
is that actually his arm is ricocheting off of him.
Burning lariats!
Oh. Take notes, JBL. Jesus.
Oh, I don't want that. I didn't want the match to end.
I'm very sad that's over.
Oh, that was fucking brilliant.
I need a cigarette. And a towel.
There's Black Machismo himself.
What a man. What a man. Right, lads, let's pause it there.
Very quickly, just for context, want to know what else is on this card?
What's that?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so I'll just go over the main matches. I don't think they put much big on this card just because, well,
Don't want to tire the crowd
it's
out,
the
do you?
epitome of a woman. Yeah. So Jack Evans versus Homicide. James, this surprised me. James Gibson, otherwise known as Jamie Noble, versus Jimmy Yang, otherwise known as Jimmy Wang Yang. Roddy Strong versus Jimmy Rave. Nigel McGuinness versus Jay Lethal for the pure title.
Oh, I imagine that was quite good.
And yeah, no. Oh, also Claudio Castagnoli, now known as Cesaro versus Colt Cabana.
I imagine that wasn't.
Are you not a Colt Cabana fan?
I can take or leave him. He is a legitimately funny man, and in wrestling, that's quite hard to find. He can legitimately make me
I'm gonna for my next watch along, I'm gonna make you watch one of the Grado matches.
and I will excuse myself from that podcast episode. Garth, what do you think?
Yeah. It was pretty brutal, wasn't it? It was excellent, and you know what? You could see Samoa Joe was in his absolute element as
Oh
well.
god, yeah, absolutely.
He was absolutely fucking loving it. Even though he was getting chopped 1,000 times and dropped on his head. It was really good. Really, really enjoyed it. Some of the best bits were the pin attempts and the near falls. Because I didn't know the result, that genuinely any of those pins could have ended the match, and probably would have if there weren't near the ropes. Just not really much to say. Just really good match. Really, what's the word? Different to the other stuff I've watched, and I suppose it had a bit of everything. It had your fighting, your sort of power moves, some of the out of the ring stuff, a really hot crowd, which all led into it's really good. Really enjoyed it. Good crack.
If I'm comparing this to the match that we've just watched, because in a way they're very similar matches and they're very
They do go for
heavy.
they go for fairly similar vibes, don't they? In terms of just we're gonna kick each other until one of us dies.
But this, there was never a moment where I was bored. There was never a moment where I wasn't invested in the match. I mean, all three of us, mainly me and Chris, were, we didn't want the match to end. We wanted to see more. And it wasn't just chops for chops' sake. It wasn't just moves for moves' sake. It just felt like a special event. And so few matches nowadays feel legitimately special, especially when you haven't got a smarky-ass crowd. When you've just got a crowd there that is just living every minute of this match, which this crowd were, it just adds so much to it. It felt like a really, like I say, a really special match. And they didn't just rely on the strikes. Even though it was a very strike-heavy match, they didn't just rely solely on the strikes. There was more to it than that. I just fully love this match, and it stands as one of my favourite matches, which is, no mean feat when most of them are Bray Wyatt, but there we go. Chris.
Well, I sometimes deviate from my. I think I actually did when we reviewed this, a year and a half ago. Try to deviate from the obvious perfect rating, but then you just watch it and you just, no matter how many times you see it, you're taken for a ride. And what impresses me most,
you're totally drawn in.
And what impresses me most is that, despite the fact basically the build up to this match is Samoa Joe is going to take on Kenta Kobashi. That's basically the story going into it. They've put in little ripples, like Samoa Joe's fighting spirit, like that kicking out. That's fighting spirits. Well, that's sort of that's a staple of the King's Road style. Because for the last, I want to say 7-ish minutes of that match, Samoa Joe was obviously not going to win, but he refused to admit it.
Yeah.
That kind of shit, it draws you in because you're waiting for that comeback, but it doesn't always come. And also Samoa Joe doing Kawada spots just to be a dick.
That was brilliant. I loved that bit. It was brilliant.
And just and. I think it says volumes, but we didn't spend most of that, like they said, for match. We spent most of that just laughing, not knowing how else to react.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of those matches, and we're very sad it didn't go longer, but also it didn't feel like it was cut off short. Because honestly, we're sad that it didn't go on longer, but honestly, if it went on a significant amount longer, say 5 minutes, I think we might be complaining that it went on 5 minutes too long.
Yeah.
Because
I think it ended when it needed to, yeah. Definitely.
Exactly. What would you add to it? Maybe if you really wanted to send the crowd home happy, you could do one of Kobashi's kill moves after the lariat, right? That's basically the only way you could extend this match. But as it stands, you don't really need to do that, because for Joe, there's no shame in losing to Kobashi. For Kobashi, he didn't need to go as hard as he fucking did. He didn't hold back on those chops. Those weren't a smaller show level chop. Those were just massive, big match field chops. And it's amazing to me that he thought he'd have to act like Mr. Fuji. That still boggles my mind. Imagine. Oh my god! But yeah, that's just. It's one of those it's sort of like Takumi Iroha versus May from last year. It surprises me how much they managed to pull out of this with so little going in, and you can't really get that from anything but a dream match, and we're very fastly running out of dream matches nowadays. Just because of how the wrestling landscape is, there's not many genuine. I think the last genuine dream match, maybe FDR versus Young Bucks, maybe Suzuki versus Moxley, but
Undertaker versus Goldberg.
But shut the fuck up.
Or DX versus the Brothers of Destruction.
It is so hard to create this sort of atmosphere. You can't manufacture the atmosphere that match has.
No, agreed.
It's just lightning in an absolute bottle. And quite frankly, if you don't agree that that's a great match, you're some weird idiot trying to do a hot take that you don't actually believe in. It's like those people who tried to say that Bret Hart versus Stone Cold isn't good. It's you're just trying to look cool by having a different opinion at that point.
Now, Garth.
Yeah.
What did you give this match? Out of 5, and bear in mind there is a wrong answer, okay?
Actually, there are there's literally 19 wrong answers you could give you.
What are you giving it?
Is this a perfect match?
Right. Name the fault, and we'll debate, and we'll tell you very carefully why you're wrong.
I'm not debating. I'm not.
I'm telling you.
I'm trying to think. Is it? Because I did very, very much enjoy it. I would probably say
it probably is as close to 5 as it's going to get.
If Hogan was in this match, he would definitely give it a 5.
If Hogan was in it, it would be...
Kobashi wouldn't have won. No jobs, bro.
There would have been no chops whatsoever.
No chops, no bumps, no dives, no match. I'm going home.
I'll go... you know what? Fuck it. I'll go 5.
Caution to the wind. Fuck it.
Chris, I assume you're the same as me, are you?
Yeah, I can try and talk my way out of the racing, but like, you can try and logic your way out of anything. Pro wrestling's about feeling, and that just fills me with like violent glee. That's a match that sort of reminds me why I love wrestling so much. Like I've been like after Wrestle Kingdom, I'm like, I'm never going to stop watching wrestling, but do I like it as much as I used to? And like, of course I did. It's just Wrestle Kingdom was bullshit.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. 2 hot takes, a 5-star match, and Chris saying that New Japan is bullshit. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Chris Abine on YouTube.
Subscribe to his wrestling channel. His YouTube channel, sorry. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our podcast for tonight. Thank you so much for listening, as always. You can check out the podcast, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review and a comment. It always helps. Please go and check out the website, www.podmania.co.uk, for all our archived podcasting episodes, as well as all the match ratings for the matches we watch on these podcasts. You can find the podcast on Twitter at PodMania. You can join the Facebook group PodMania Podcasts. Garth, where can they find you on Twitter?
At the Garthberg.
They can talk to me at Real Rob Goodwin. And Chris has a YouTube channel. So
you can't be a dick just because I don't use Twitter, right? Fun fact, I don't use Twitter to the point, but Garth only just followed me on there this week.
Tremendous. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. Join us next week where we begin our Royal Rumble lookbacks with our Royal Rumble undercard special. Join us for that same time, same place. And we'll talk to you guys again soon.
You've been listening to the PodMania Pro Wrestling Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at PodMania, Facebook at PodMania Podcasts, and YouTube and Instagram at Real PodMania. And check out the website, podmania.co.uk. Until next time, wrestling fans.